Shalom. First I want to say, Call Allah, Wahawah, La Yahweh, Ba'ashum Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashum Chakadash. Abundance to the other apostles of the great millstone, rule well. Citation to you, fellow neighbors out there, doing work through sincerity. Shalom to you, and shalom to the few that believe as well. Come back out here once again, doing the work. The work continues. I had a family emergency, so it's like I had to see about that. I shoot down there and shoot down south. Family emergency, and I had to get down there and see about children. So Shalaki, videos uploaded. Lord, when you're seeing them and going running there, edifying. But coming out here again, teaching the so-called Negroes, so-called Native Americans, and so-called Latinos or Hispanics, all right, their true nationality. We're the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also teaching them the words of prophecy, because that's what it's all about, prophecy. And we're living in a time where great prophecy is being fulfilled. You see what's going on in the news. Of course, the Ukraine-Russia situation. The global economy is pretty much failing before our very eyes, man. So Rakim out there been watching what's going on. You see the tensions between the different nations. You got this posturing of the U.S. towards China. We have also the nations that are part of the BRICS nations starting to speak up on behalf of Russia. Supporting Russia in this Ukraine-Russia war situation, which Russia represents. That's Gog in the scriptures. All right. And that so-called America, or the so-called United States of America, it's Babylon the Great. All right, we know that the eyes of Yahweh Shai are on this son of people. So we know that, according to prophecy, the Most High Father is going to destroy this place. All right, and starting with or leading the charge with Gog, which again Russia, to lay this land desolate, right? Because that's the will of Yahweh Shai, and that's the will. The Most High's will going to be done. All right, so let's get into it. Without any further ado, we're going to jump right into it. Right now, I want to say this too about the scripture. Jake is lost, they don't know what's going on. The majority of Jake, they don't listen, They don't adhere to the words of prophecy, which, in the end is going to be their demise, because this is what we commanded to do, come out here and teach the words of prophecy, all right? Let's get that first, matter of fact. You tribes out there, you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, Native American Indians, you Israelites, man, you're turning your back, all right, on the Lord's will. You don't know what the Lord's will is, even though we tell you over and over again, all right? Scripture say, "Whosoever despises the word shall be destroyed." That's Proverbs 13:13. All right. If you despise the words of Yahweh Shai, which is us, are telling you, all right, like it says Habakkuk, write the vision, make the tables that he may run and read it. We're making the prophecies plain unto you. All right. We're telling you what's going on according to prophecy. So we're doing our job. All right. As what's commanded of us. All right. Did not Yahweh Shai say, "Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled"? All right. So we're doing our job. All you Akim out there, keep doing your job. This is what our job is to do. Come out here and teach this word, man. First, outside you got to work, of course. But your main objective is to come out here and teach the house of Yahshua, which is so-called Native Americans, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, man. You go out and teach our people the words of prophecy. All right, and So what if they don't hear or hearken unto the words? That's their judgment, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is going to judge them. All right, 2/3 of our people are going to die right here in America. All right, so don't worry about it. Just do your job and focus on doing your job. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So, who are the Lord's people? The Lord's people are the children of Israel, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics. We're the Lord's people. All right? We come out here, who we're mainly speaking to? We're mainly speaking to the people on this side, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American Indians, man. All right? This is who we're speaking to. And we also speak to the other nations too. Jeremiah 1:5. You know, he made Jeremiah a prophet unto the nations, man. So we not only tell our people what's going on according to prophecy and according to judgment that's coming, we tell the other nations their judgment as well. All right? Especially the nation of Edom. All right, Esau. Because Esau is the ruling seat. And they're the ones that hold the highest, the highest government on the earth. They're the top nation right now. All right, the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians, so-called whites, so-called Europeans, right? Starting with their Central American families, the tribe of Amalek, which occupied the land today. The land you know is the land of Israel. All right, they're the tribe of Amalek. All right, the Amalekites, man. All right, the chief tribe of Esau, Edom, man. All right, on down to the average Edomite. All right. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. So the words are within this book are faithful and true, which are what the words of prophecy. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, and read. For when these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and the spirit it had gathered them. So seek ye out the book of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, and read. None of these prophecies are going to fail you. You can't go into the Quran and find prophecy. You can't go in any other book and find no prophecy. No book of the Mormons, no Talmud, that's a satanic book. You can't go in no other book and find the words of prophecy. The words of prophecy are found in the King James Version of the Bible. The true writings, all right, that was written down, which was inspired by the Most High Heavenly Father himself, all right, to the prophets of old. These prophecies won't fail you. These prophecies you can surely believe in because they will surely come true. All right. Again, the scripture says that the Most High's word will not come back unto him void. All right. So let me tell you what thus said Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Like, for example, the curses that befell upon us as a nation. All right. Our necks on the slave about ships. What else? Serving our enemies in the land which thou knowest not. Going to our enemies for one of all things. Not prospering in our ways. These are the prophetic curses that are upon the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, man. All right, and they're ensigns. All right, so these are prophetic signs that you can see that befell upon our people. All right? So this is the book you want to read from. All right, it's the book you're going to get the prophecies from. All right, so long as the Holy Spirit is working with you. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem Dash, you know, the Holy Spirit is working with you, man. All right. So I mentioned Russia. I mentioned what's going on in Ukraine. Now let's chime in on that. All right, let's go to the book of Ezekiel. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. You know, I'm a little. I flew for the first time. I ain't never on a take a plane, so I'm a little tired. I got no sleep, been in the hospital all night, so bear with me, man. I'm a little tired, But Lord willing, I'm gonna get through. I don't want to run the side, I'm gonna get through. Right. So concerning Russia, which is Gog, again, I'm about to read it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. It says, "And the word of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, Gog, chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Now, when you look it up on the map, and you can Google this, right? Clicked on images, right? And you can see where it says Gog, it says Russia. Alright, right up under the red symbol. Let's zoom in. There we go. So right under where it says Gog, it says Russia. And this from Google. So as you can see, the land of Gog is where the country or so-called nation of Russia, that's where it sits at. All right, so that's what the prophet Ezekiel is speaking about. All right, the land of Gog. Who built the land of Gog? The Russians, by the Russian Edomites. All right, and it says what? Prophesy against them, right? Verse 3, it says, and say, thus says the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put thee to the forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, which is weaponry, all right, and all the military equipment they have. They have tanks, you have Humvees, you have weaponized helicopters. They have laser weapons over there. They have nukes. Right? I got a video, which Lord will not get to it. It's a video about the nuclear capability. The capability of God is most powerful. Right? Hence, you have the reason why this guy, President of Russia, President Gog, I should say, Vladimir Putin, he's been putting those weapons of war on display for some years now. All right, I've done videos every time they pop a video about the Russian or the, like I say, Gog, remember it's Gog, military might and its capability. I've done videos on my old channels, at least. Of course, I mean, I've been battling with that. Esau hit my channel strikes. I mean, silly. You know how Esau is, man. He don't like this truth, so he don't try to do anything to come against him, try to stop him. He can't. But anyways, though, Lord willing, Abaratazah, I do the video on that because it's very important to know, because most people think that this country over here is the most powerful country. It's not. If they was the most powerful country, they would just go into Ukraine and fight Russia head to head, head to head. But they won't do it because they know militarily Russia they know militarily they can't stop Russia. That's why they're trying to rally up all the countries that have a military might, even Russia's allies. They're trying to rally up against Russia. It's not working. Well, you know why? Because the judgment is coming for so-called America, which is Babylon the Great. So everything is Russia. Everything is working. In favor of Russia, because that's who the Lord has chose to come out against Babylon the Great and to bring out the other hosts of the earth, which the armies, all right, against it. And this all orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. So let's continue on. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even the great company, bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Right. And that's what's going on. All right. These military mights in the world, they've all been doing military drills for some time now. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, all of them with shields and helmets. Now Persia today is the Iranians, and you know the Iranians don't like. The Iranians do not care for Babylon the Great because what have Babylon the Great done to them? All right, trying to do regime change, trying to create a coup. All right, sanctions on sanctions, which are acts of war. Because when you sanction because see the world reserve currency what currency that all the countries have to do business through is the U.S. dollar. That's why Russia making a stand on if you want to buy our resources, you got to buy our right? And what's this causing? All the global markets to be destabilized because Russia controls a lot of resources, man. More resources than they thought. Well, not than they thought, really. I can't say that because they actually know about that. They control more resources, more than enough resources to affect the global economy. That's what I want to say. Right? They control enough resources to affect the global economy. Right? Hence, you have markets steady dropping. All these stocks steady dropping. All right? All-time lows and closing on different corporations within the stock market. All right, historical lows. All right, and that's a big deal. All because of why? They sanctioned Russia. Russia sanctioning them back, and then changing the form of payment for their, like I said, for purchasing their resources. No. We're not gonna allow you to buy our resources in the U.S. dollar because that benefits the U.S. You're gonna buy it in our rules. That benefits us, and the U.S. can't benefit off that. Right? Babylon cannot benefit off that. See? Proving what? The America was that golden city because why? America has a grip on the whole globe by way of its currency, man, the U.S. dollar, world reserve currency, man. All right. But Persia, like I said, Persia is the Iranians today. All right, 1935, all right, is when they changed. All right, and that's Esau, all right, trying to keep that covering cast over all nations, because all the nations are not good nationality. It's the spirit of the Almighty Shema, and the spirit of us to tell you the true nationality of the different people that's on the face of the earth. All right, all these nations you think is over hundreds of countries. No, it's not. It's only 18 countries the Lord made. All right, 18 nations the Lord made. Now you may have different tribes within this nation, but overall it's only 18 nations the Lord made. All right, all the rest of this stuff is confusion. It's things that Esau did, man. All right. The Koreans go back to the so-called Koreans go back to the so-called Japanese, which are who? The Ammonites. All right, they're the Ammonites. Now you may be a different sect of the Ammonites, but you're still Ammonites. Just like with China, like Taiwan, all right, goes back to China, and other provinces that China they go back to China. They're still so-called Chinese, which are the Moabites. All right, and so on and so forth, man. All right. It don't matter what nation it is. You got the nations, the four sons of Ham. They got Ham had 4 sons. They all had each nation, right? And then you got different tribes, different sects within them, but they all go back to one of the sons of Ham. That's within that land, right? Just like most nations come from Shem. All right, most nations come out of Shem, including us. All right. Continuing on, it says, verse 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, of the north quarters and all his bands, were many people with thee. And if you look at Togarmah on the map, Turkey sits there. All right. And Turkey are, like I said before, I said a little while back, but Turkey They're not crazy. All right. See what you've done. See what America has done is made enemies. All right. Your arrogancy and your proud ways, you've created enemies. Even the so-called allies, they really don't like so-called America. All right. And they're going to come out against you, man. Verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all. You had this world terror going. Who came out into Syria? Russia. Who came out to they realized and even more closer to his borders, right? Which is all barricaded. You can't watch the mainstream news media in America and get some real news. Like most of our people, they take things and disrespect them into things. Right? We should look into things because you know why? You don't look over no small great matter. You look into it and you see what's the truth out of it if you pay attention, man. Right? That's what you do. That's how you really watch as well as pray. You're watching for the prophecies of the past, praying that Yahweh shall deliver you, man. Right? Verse 11, I'm going to jump down to verse 11. It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Now that's talking about them posturing and then coming up against America, because America has no walls and gates. That's why this guy Trump is trying to build a border. He's trying to build that wall down there, because you know why? This is the unwalled land. They don't have no bars and gates to come in. All right? They really don't have no borders for real. And you may have a border crossing, but that's not really borders, you know. Like in ancient times, we had the city gates, which is really the border of the city or the city, state, country, what have you. All right. So let's go from there. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. We'll go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 50 and 9. It says, For lo, I will raise and cause them to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country. Now, what country sits farther north? Russia, right? And I said this before, and I'm sure other Akim and some of the elders and elder apostles have said it. And I've been saying it, you know, I know I've been saying it for probably about 3 or 4 years, man. Truth be told, man, I've been saying it for a while, man, that it makes sense for Russia, how it's been, like I said, it was putting its military might on display, showing its capability. And really, who came out to challenge the capability of Russia's military? Who came out and said, oh, we got something that's more powerful than this? I remember when there was a time where this guy Trump was in office, he said he dropped the mother of all bombs. And then Russia came out and said, no, we made the father, we got the father of all bombs. All right? And there was no disputing in that. All right? But what about when Trump was in office and he was trying to put money into the military and they came up against him, right? And then they granted this guy right? And they granted him the military budget, right? Now, right? It takes time to build a military arsenal. You military arsenal, man. All right. Hey, behold, same chapter. This is judgments come. Judgments come. It's only a matter of time, right? You're the most high spots, man. Right? Since below I will raise a cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Right? So, what that's telling you when it says they're gonna shoot arrows like as of an expert, like a mighty expert man, meaning a mighty expert bowman. All right, that shoots bow and arrows. That shoots arrows out of his bow. All right, are they gonna actually shoot bow and arrows? No, it's a metaphor for the missiles coming out of the silos. They get shot out the silos. They're gonna be shot into the targets that the Most High want them to hit. All right, mainly this land right here. Because it's going to say this, verse 10. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? And that's all the nations. Obadiah. All the men of thy Confederacy have even brought thee even to the border, man. They eat thy bread, have laid a wound under thee, man. Your allies will come against you and help destroy you, man. All right? They don't want to go and Russia. How many NATO allies are scared to go up and even sanction Russia, man? And the ones that did, guess what? It's a tit for tat measure. You sanction us, we sanction you, it's gonna hurt you more. Because why? You need us more than we need you. That's what Vladimir Putin is actually saying. He's saying, hey, you need me more than I need you. Your country needs me more. You need my natural gas and my different crops and different resources I have. We feed a large percentage of Europe and different parts of the world. All right, with our resources. You need us more than we need you. So, like I said, it's only gonna last for so long, man. All right, it's only gonna last for so long, and he's not gonna stop. Because you know why? The Most High has got this going, man. All right. Most High stirring up the mind of Vladimir Putin, man. All right. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and as the rivers, it says, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So the Most High is in control, man. Again. All right. You can't do anything about that. All right. You can't do anything about that because the Most High, all right, again, ruler the kingdom of men. All right, according to the prophet Daniel. All right, what the Most High kept telling Daniel to tell Nebuchadnezzar. All right, and Nebuchadnezzar. And what? He ruled it. All right, he put it down and set it up. All right, so the Most High is the one that's in control. He's the real ruler. Right? The Most High is the puppet master. Different leaders of the world, right? I'm sure to say for whoever is in his will. This world today is according to the will of Yahweh Shemashah. And the Most High's will be done, okay? That's in the Lord's Prayer. And your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. If there's total peace and order, according to the Most High's will, and that's what the Most High is going to cause heaven on earth. Most High's going to cause people to be get down. It's going to bring down your nations, right? It's going to bring up his special, peculiar nation, which is our people, the nation of Israel, all right? And set us above you heathen, man, all right? And then you'll have order. The Most High going to create order, all right? Through his son Yahweh Shai, all right? And then King David, defiled, man, bringing in order on this earth, man. All right, and that's what you see. All right, that's what you're gonna see going on after the destruction, man. You're gonna see order being issued out, man. All right. Continue on. Let's go to the book of Revelation 17, and let me see. Let's go to Revelation 17 and 15. It says, "And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues," which is going into the melting pot, where it says in Habakkuk, let's get that real quick. It's about American nation. Let's get it real quick. You have representation of all the nations right here in the land of so-called America, right? Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, "Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. It cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, even unto him all people." And that's Esau for you, man. All right? Why do you think so many people are over here in the land of so-called America? Even though you have a number of them going out, but still you have a number of them over here still. All right? Right here in the land of Babylon the Great. All right? Let me grab my charger real quick. Plug in this charger real quick. All right, there we go. It's like you had to turn the charger on.